We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Casey. He says he's asking on behalf of a friend. So he asked, what are our top projector recommendations for $1,000 to $1,500 price range? And what in-wall speakers do we recommend for around $100 each? Well, if you're willing to cut a hole in your wall and shove it in a regular speaker, there's all sorts of options.
There's that.
Since apparently that's the thing we're doing now. We're now cutting holes in walls and shoving in regular speakers, because those little okay, why does it have in-wall speakers? I guess, okay, if they want a really clean look, I can understand it, but yeah, I now they've got me thinking of all these small little speakers like the NHT Zero ones. What are they called? Neo Zeros? What's that called? I can't remember.
The SuperZeros.
God, it escaped me. Thank you. The SuperZeros. I mean, those are so small. It's almost like, why? And you know what? Those focal birds and the little birds and stuff like that.
Yes.
They look great on wall. They look great. I have such a hard time with that in wall, but in-wall speakers. Most of my in-wall speakers that I've used in the past have stopped being made, unfortunately. They don't make them anymore.
Okay,
they don't make them anymore. So I've mostly done the on-wall options lately. But projector-wise, I think the ones that we normally recommend in this price range are BenQs, are the ones that pop into my head. Am I off? Am I off base?
No. Certainly for under $1,000, I don't think you can beat the BenQ HT2050.
Okay.
If you actually want to get under $1,000, the HT4050 is the significant step up from BenQ, and that's getting you to $1,400 but that's still within the price range that he was talking about. Now, the BenQs don't have tremendously long zoom, they don't have tremendously long throw range, and they do have a lens offset, which means that if you're coffee table mounting them, the entire image will be above the projector. If you're ceiling mounting it, the entire image will be below the projector. That's just kind of the way they're set up. So Epson is the obvious alternative with their LCD projectors that give you a little bit more adjustability. They have longer zoom ranges. They give you a little bit more flexibility in the vertical placement. So the Home Cinema 3020, that's an older model, but it's still out there now. You can still find it like from Visual Apex, right around the $1,000, $1,100 mark. That's a really nice projector. Yeah. That was the ones that were just a step down from their ultra black models. It wasn't those ones, but those were $2,500. You're talking about one that's just a step down from that. That 3020 is really nice. And from their current lineup, their 3700 is a light Canon. So if you need a ton of lumens for under $1,500, nothing really beats that 3700. I don't exactly know what the setup is here. If it's more of a living room setup where there's some ambient light, then the 3700 could be really, really useful. So there's some choices. You can look through them and see what.
Whenever we talk about budget projectors, the thing that you're usually giving, you're usually giving up some performance and stuff. There's no doubt about that, and you're some design compromises. But what it really comes down to is that you have to be super careful when you buy this thing, that it will actually give you the image you want at the distance you will have it in. Mm-hmm. That's what the real danger of buying a budget projector. We can recommend 100 budget projectors for you that won't give you the right image, the right size at your throw distance, or in your location. It doesn't have the lens offset or whatever, and you end up having to do keystoning or something like that. So, Casey, tell your friend or whatever that there's a lot of good projectors that are cheap that are out there or in this price range. This price range is not unreasonable, I don't think.
No.
But the deal is you have to be super careful about what you buy, because you will find that if you do not buy the right thing, you'll get it home, you'll try to set it up, and you realize the image is too big, or the image is too small, or the image is too dim, or the image is too bright. You know what I mean? There's going to be, or the image is off to the side, or the image is, is a trapezoid instead of a rectangle. So these are the dangers of the budget projector. So make sure that they are really looking closely at the specs and making sure that they are buying the right projector for them.
That said, if you go with either these Epsons that we mentioned, because these aren't the budget
Right.
Epsons, these are sort of the middle ones. They're very flexible in their placement, so it's a rare instance where you can't make those particular Epson models fit whatever it is you're doing.
I'm a huge fan of Epson, to be honest with you. Epson's, the Epson projections I've had have always just kind of plug and play. You can always, the entry level ones will be a little bit harder, but most of them have been really nice.
Yeah. My thoughts for in-wall speakers, I like HSU and Aperion, but both of those are $150 each. He was looking for $100 each. I don't really know a lot of ones that I'm super excited about at $100 each. So instead of that, I went cheaper. I said go Monoprice, Caliber, or Dayton from Parts Express. Those are $50 to $100 a pair. They have a range, whatever, depends on what woofer size you're looking for, but you're in the $50 to $100 per pair range for Monoprice or Dayton.
Right.
So if you're not going to spend $150 each, that's where I would go. I'd go really cheap. I'd spend more money on subwoofers. You'll have more money to spend on subs that way.
Yeah, it's really kind of hard to have somebody ask you a question about a $1,500 projector and a $100 speaker. You're like, I don't know, maybe we could.
Well, you're buying several speakers, potentially 11 of them, so that adds up.
Theoretically possible. I don't know, man. Take a good look at some of these smaller satellite on-wall ones. There's a lot of options that are out there that are really cheap, that look really nice, or at least don't look like big black boxes. So give those a look too. Get one more in here. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.